Assalamu alaikum. Inshallah, you're well, guys. So, I want to start off by apologizing. I didn't release a video last week, but inshallah, I'll make up for it with today's content. But before I go into it, I just want to say a big thank you to each and every single one of you because, alhamdulillah, we reached 1,000 subscribers last week. And honestly, I didn't expect it to happen as quick as it did. So, alhamdulillah, from the bottom of my heart, thank you to each and every single one of you. I know a lot of YouTubers will talk about doing a giveaway or some sort of Q&A, but I'll leave that down to you guys. If you would like something like that, please feel free to comment below or message me on Instagram. But today, I want to talk about the pressures that we face from society to follow the status norm. Now, what do I mean by that? So university is seen as the most popular option to go and build a career once you've obtained a degree, and it is still a good option. In my videos, I do talk about some of the benefits of going to university. However, that doesn't mean that any of the other options, such as doing an apprenticeship, maybe starting your own business, or even taking out a gap year to decide what you want to do, is a bad option. These options are still quite good. However, unfortunately, we face a lot of pressure from different avenues to follow the status norm, to just accept and go to university without trying something else. And I want to talk a bit about those today because unfortunately, these were around when I wanted to go and do an apprenticeship, which is almost 10 years ago now. And unfortunately, I think they still will be around in about 10 years' time. But what we've got to do is talk about these things more openly so that inshallah we could challenge these pressures that we face in a constructive manner. So inshallah, in this video, I'll talk about the pressures that we face, give you some tips on how you could potentially deal with this situation. Remember, everyone's situation is unique, so these tips may work for you, or you may have to adapt them to make them work for you. So make sure you watch this video right till the end. And as always, guys, please do like and share the channel with others. I really appreciate the support you guys give. So the first avenue of pressure, unfortunately, comes from those that are closest to us, and that is our parents. I want to make one thing clear, however, our parents want the best for us. Okay, your brothers, your sisters, your family, your friends, they can all turn against you, but your parents will still be there and they want the best for you. But unfortunately, that carries an added risk in that they do not want to see you fail. So they will have this perfect path in their mind that's lined up for you to go to university, get a degree, get a great career, find a wife, have a great marriage, be blessed with kids, and live a happy life. That's the path they see for you. But unfortunately, if you don't go to university, they will see you potentially veering away from that path. And I've seen it all too often, especially in the black and ethnic minorities, where parents will resort to emotional blackmail, constant pressure, underhand tactics, I'd say, to essentially force their child to go to university, which isn't right. Okay, that's not right. But there is good in their intention. So we all know this exists. But now the question comes to how can we actually deal with this? And my first tip for you guys is don't be disrespectful, because go back to what I said at the beginning. Your parents want the best for you. So just because you may not agree with them, that gives you no right to be disrespectful. My second tip is that you must listen. You have to hear where your parents are coming from because they may raise some valid points. Often in a discussion, we will make our points, the other side will make their points, and there's no compromise. There's no understanding or willingness to understand what the other side are saying. You've got to listen to what your parents are saying because only then you can understand their concerns and then you can answer that. Their concern may be that by not going to university and doing an apprenticeship, you may impact your career earnings down the line. You may earn less than a graduate. By listening to that, you can then potentially point them to my video on how much an accountant makes. And I talk about it there where I say, once you're a qualified chartered accountant or even a management accountant, your earning potentials aren't impacted by the fact of whether you have a degree or not. You're seen on the same level as graduates, but you would only know that if you choose to listen to them. So when you're having this conversation with your parents, make sure you listen first before you speak. And this goes on nicely to my third tip, which is make sure you have the conversation early. I've been guilty of this many of times in all forms of life, not just limited to when I decided to do an apprenticeship at a university, but we will often leave the conversation till the last minute. If you're watching this video and you're in year 10, year 11, year 12, you need to be having this conversation now. You need to be discussing with your parents what your future options are. They may want you to go to university. You may want to do an apprenticeship. You need to have those candid conversations early. Imagine this from a parent's perspective. You've got this perfect path laid out for your child, and then your child turns around 3 months before they're supposed to go to university. Oh, by the way, I don't want to go to university. That sounds like a rash decision from a parent's perspective. My child hasn't put thought into that. That's what happens if you leave the conversation till late. They don't know. You may have been considering this for 6 months. You may have been building up the courage to speak to your parents. But they don't know that because you chose to leave that conversation till late. So if you haven't had that conversation or you've been putting it off, my advice is have that conversation as early as possible. And my final point I want to talk on this matter, and probably the biggest tip, is don't fail at the first hurdle. If your parents say no to you straight away, that doesn't mean you just accept and go to university. Yes, be respectful. But equally, you are still allowed to make your own choices. You can still do an apprenticeship or do a business or take a gap year to decide what you want to do. But that doesn't mean that at the first sign you face difficulty or a rejection from your parents, you give up. Try again, speak to them, get them to understand, use the other tips. Listen to them first. Mum, Dad, why do you want me to go to university? What benefit do you think it will bring? Remember, guys, the onus isn't on your parents to justify their viewpoint. The onus is on you. You've got to put the effort in. You've got to be calm and patient. Why? Because you're challenging the status norm. If you want something to change, then you've got to be willing to put the effort in. The second avenue of pressure I wanted to talk about is probably less common now. It was more prevalent when I was applying for an apprenticeship. However, I still wanted to talk about it because there's an important point I want to make, and that is the pressure you may face from teachers or career advisors. So I don't think there's much pressure at all from teachers, especially, to go to university and follow a certain path instead of maybe opening up a business or doing an apprenticeship. But the point I want to make clear, which I touched upon briefly with parents, is people are limited to what they know. Let's take me as an example. You guys come here and you watch my videos on accounting and finance. I'm a chartered accountant, absolutely fine if you take advice from me on entering this industry. However, if you come to me and say, Fazan, I want to be a doctor or I want to be a dentist, great. Holistically, I can give you that advice. I can say it's a great career, but I can't go into the detail. I don't do that as a day job. I don't know what doctors do day to day. I don't know what you would study in your second year of your medicine degree. I can't give you that advice because I'm limited to what I know. So come to me for your accounting and finance. For anything else, I'm not your person. And you've got to apply that same logic to teachers or career advisors. They will only be limited to what they know or what they're aware of. So this comes on to my biggest tip and only tip for this area, which is make sure you validate what people say. Whenever I talk about accounting and finance, I try put links in my descriptions so you can go and validate that information. Don't just take my word for it. Go and do your research online. And the final avenue of pressure I want to talk about, which unfortunately is the most toxic of all, and it infiltrates all forms of our lives, is this what will people say mentality. Or log kya kahenge. Unfortunately, especially in the South Asian community, I feel there is a constant need to compare ourselves to others. Comparing families, comparing education, qualifications, intellect, material wealth, and it is extremely toxic. And it takes the form of so-and-so's son goes to university. Or look at that guy. All his sons and daughters have degrees. Why can't you go to university? Or someone's doing well at university. Why can't you do as good as him or her? That constant need for comparison has a massive impact on people's mental health and well-being. And the worst thing is we know that everyone's different. That one person's scenario is different to others. But unfortunately, society will have it that we all follow the same path. Get a degree, get a normal job, earning just enough to get by, get a house, get a car, have kids. Okay, that's what society wants us to do. And unfortunately, what goes hand in that is this mentality of time. Okay, by the age of 18, you've got to complete your A-levels or BTEC. By the age of 21, you've got to graduate. By the age of 24, you've got to be settled in your career. 25, have a car. 28, married. 30, have a house. And then live happily ever after. That is a very toxic thing as well. And unfortunately, a lot of people live by that mantra. But we have loads of examples of successful people, billionaires, who lost everything at the age of 30 only to become some of the richest people in the world by the age of 40 to 50 years old. But instead of breaking those barriers and becoming billionaires or having those aspirations at least, society would rather have it where you're in a dead-end job earning 30k a year, earning just enough to get by. You're doing okay. And you're wearing a suit and tie to work because that's what respect is. There's izzat in that. We all know it. But unfortunately, it needs to be called out more often. We need to make this normal for people to talk about so we as a community, we can get past this. We can get past these barriers that are limiting us, that are limiting our expectations, our aspirations, and eventually our achievements as well. The sad thing is I don't really have significant tips on how you can tackle this because it involves not just changing the mentality of one person, but dozens or hundreds even in your local community. We need to move forward as a unit, as a community. I can't give you one tip that will fix this. If I knew that tip, I'd be a millionaire. It involves people changing their mentality as a whole. But one thing I will say, guys, is if you're constantly being compared to someone, or someone's being used as an example or best practice in your community, firstly, don't hate on them. It's not their fault. It's not their fault that they've been blessed with success or what is deemed to be success. And secondly, they will be facing their own problems in life. So remember, you're all unique. You're going on a separate journey. Absolutely fine, for example, if you failed your A-levels. I did. I didn't do too well first time around. I had to retake. And alhamdulillah, I like to think I turned out okay. Absolutely fine if you don't do too well in your degree and you have to retake a year. You're on your own journey. So remember that. If you're looking for motivation, just motivate yourself that you're on your own path. And inshallah, Allah Azza wa Jal is the best of planners. And guys, always remember, use what's available to you. If you think I may be able to help you by having a discussion with your parents, teachers, or whoever, feel free to message me on Instagram. More than happy to have a call with your parents if you want me to talk about my experiences, the fact that I didn't go to university. But inshallah, I'll leave it there, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this content. Let me know, comment below, message me on Instagram. And as always, if you feel I can help you, if you feel that a conversation with me may help convince your parents, then please do message me on Instagram. I'm more than happy to have that call.